So बच्चे, we are going to start unit number 9 and chapter number 9.1, internal trade, meaning and its types. What is the meaning of internal trade? Trade is very important for the industrial development of a country. Trade means buying and selling of goods or services with a view to with a view to make profit. Trade is very important for industrial development of a country, and trade means buying and selling of goods and services with a view to making profit. We want to make profit by selling and buying of goods and services. Trade that is carried on within the boundaries of a country is called internal trade. Internal trade means within the boundaries of a country. If we are trading only in India, that is internal trade. It was also known as home trade. It is internal trade, also known as home trade, within the boundaries of a country. What are the features of internal trade? Trade within the boundaries of a country. Internal trade is a trade which is conducted in the boundaries of a country. Internal trade is carried on within a single country. When trade crosses the boundaries of a country, it is called foreign trade. But we are studying internal trade in this chapter, so that trade is within the boundaries of a country. Free movement of goods. There is often no restriction on the sale or purchase of goods in different states of the country. There is no restrictions, so free movement of goods are there. Dealing in local currency. Only one currency is required. Under internal trade, the dealings are in the national currency. All the dealings will be done in rupees in India if we are doing internal trade. Then special act to settlement disputes. In order to settle disputes arising out of internal trade, the provisions of sales of good acts are applicable. Only one act is applicable, and that is Sales of Goods Act. That is applicable in throughout India. So बच्चे, internal trade is a trade which is in the boundaries of a single country, which is in the boundaries of a single country, that is called internal trade. It is a trade within the boundaries of a country. Free movement of goods, no restriction on the movement of goods. Dealing in local currency, only one currency, rupees, will be dealt. Then special act to settle disputes. If any dispute will be there, it will be settled according to the provisions of Sales of Goods Act. This act will apply. Clear बच्चे? Meaning and features. Then comes types of internal trade. Internal trade can be of different types. Its various types can be made clear with the help of following diagram. Types of internal trade: on the basis of relationship, on the basis of level, on the basis of quantity. On three bases we distinguish the types of internal trade. Three bases. First is बच्चे relationship, direct trade or indirect trade. Then on the basis of level, local level, state level, national level. Local level within your city, state level within your state, national level means different states. Then on the basis of quantity, if you are buying in bulk, you are a wholesaler. If you are buying in small quantities, you are a retailer. So on these very basis, on the basis of relationship, level and quantity, we always distribute the internal trade. So we will study in detail now. Have a look on the basis of relationship. On the basis of relationship, बच्चे, on the basis of relationship, there are only two types of trades, direct and indirect. What is direct? It has often been observed that there are certain mediators in internal trade. For example, the producer will sell goods to the wholesaler, producer to wholesaler, wholesaler to retailer, and retailer to consumer. This is indirect trade. This is indirect trade. When the producers sell their goods directly to the consumer and not through mediators, it is called direct trade. If producer is just selling its goods to consumer directly, it is a direct trade. For example, You are buying sweets from a sweet shop. The owner of the sweet shop is the producer of the sweets, and he is selling you directly. This is a direct trade. When there is no middleman we have used, so this is called a direct trade. Direct selling of goods from the producer to the consumer, this is called direct trade. So what are the advantages of direct trade? No artificial scarcity of goods. He will not do this thing that he will create scarcity, like it happens with in the case a lot of cases. Scarcity is artificial scarcity is shown and the cost of the product is increased. So the advantage of direct trade is no artificial scarcity of goods. When the goods are sold through mediators, sometimes they stock the goods and create an artificial scarcity. In this way, they earn undesirable profits. In the direct trade, the possibility of artificial scarcity of goods is almost non-existent. So if that trade is direct trade, there will be no possibility of artificial scarcity. So receipt of original goods by the consumer. If producer is selling himself, then there is a possibility of receipt of original goods. There will be no alteration, no adulteration also. The consumers receive the original goods from the producer. The possibility of adulteration. Adulteration means mixing of some another material. Because of the presence of mediator is reduced. If we are going through mediators, there is a possibility of adulteration. But when the producer is involved, there will be chances of receipt of original goods only. Double the profit of producer. Under the direct trade, the producer gets the profit of both the stages, production and the sales. If there will be no mediators, if suppose a producer was selling 100 rupees, a unit of 100 rupees to the wholesaler was selling at 150 to the retailer, and retailer was selling to the consumer at 200. So they have added their 50 rupees profit. But what happens if they both are not there? Producer can charge 150 even, and consumer will get 150. There will be a benefit of 50 rupees to the consumer and 50 rupees to the producer. Both are benefited by direct selling. So availability of goods at lower prices. So definitely, if they are adding their profits, the price will increase. It was costing rupees 200. Now seller have also increased his cost, but even then consumer is getting it 150. So there is a discount of rupees 50 to the consumer. Then benefit of cash sale to the producer. If a wholesaler buys in bulk quantity, he may buy at credit. On credit he can also buy. So whenever he is selling directly to the consumer, he will be getting all the cash. Only cash sales are allowed. So this is the benefit of direct trade. No artificial scarcity of goods, receipt of original goods, double the profit of producer, availability of goods at lower price to the consumers, benefit of cash sale to the producers. So what is indirect trade? The indirect trade in which mediators are there, that is indirect trade. There is no mediator, it is direct trade. So the indirect trade is using the mediators. In the indirect trade, a producer takes the help of mediators in order to make his goods available to the consumer. There are three methods of indirect trade: through wholesaler, through retailer, through agent. So first we will study about through wholesaler. In this method, a producer sells his goods to a wholesaler. The wholesaler sells the goods to the retailer, who later on sells to the consumer. This method has been indicated by the following diagram. Have a look on the diagram now. Producer to wholesaler, wholesaler to retailer, and retailer to consumer. Second is only through retailer. This method is used in case of highly perishable goods. In the case, the producer sells his goods directly to the retailer rather than selling them to the wholesaler. This method has been explained in the following diagram. Producer will overlook the wholesaler and he will directly sell to the retailer, and then retailer will sell it to the consumer. This is through retailer. Third one is through agent. In this method, the producer does not sell his goods through the wholesaler or retailer, but sell them through the medium of agent. He is giving his goods to agent and agent is giving to the consumer. And these agents are known as brokers or commission agents. This method is explained with the following diagram. This was bache on the basis of relationship, direct and indirect trade. On the basis of relationship, there is two types of trade, direct and indirect. Now come to on the basis of levels. On the basis of level, you are having three types of trade: local level, state level, national level. Local trade remains confined to some village or district. This trade usually deals in primarily the goods of daily use and goods of perishable nature. They include fresh fruits, milk, sweets, etc. So this is bache local trade. And if you are dealing only in Karnal, this is local trade. State level trade. A trade that is carried on in various districts of a state is known as the state level trade. If you are dealing in Karnal, Panipat, Kurukshetra, but within your state, within Haryana, that is called state level trade. Then third one is bache national level trade. A trade that is carried on in various states of a country is called national level trade. If we are trading in Haryana, Punjab, Himachal, that is national level trade. Then comes bache on the basis of quantity. If they are buying in quantity, that business is based divided into two parts: wholesaler and retailer. Wholesale trade. A wholesale trader purchases goods in huge quantity from the producer and then sell it to the small quantities to retailer. The wholesale trader is carried on only in one type of goods. They are trading in one or two types of goods only. Retail trade. A retailer purchases different kind of goods from different wholesale traders and then in small quantities. He sells these goods in small quantities to meet the demand of consumers. A retailer deals in different kind of goods. So this was your types of internal trade.